A day in the life of a home health aide. You may be wondering what kind of day to expect as a home health aide. While each assignment is different, here are 2 different days in the lives of 2 different aides, Sheila and Sam. Sheila arrives at her first client Dorothy's apartment at 8 a.m. She greets Dorothy and assists her to wash up and get dressed for the day. Today is grocery day, so she makes sure her client has eaten a nutritious breakfast. Dorothy has mobility issues and is confined to a wheelchair, so Sheila assists her down in the elevator to await the transportation bus that will bring them to the grocery store. Sheila assists Dorothy to buy groceries for the week and helps her stay within her weekly budget by taking advantage of the sales offered this week. Once they have arrived back to Dorothy's apartment, she puts the groceries away and prepares a light lunch and supper for Dorothy to heat up later. After a quick lunch break, she's on her way to the next client's house. Her next client is Frank, who's an elderly widow with some vision loss. When she arrives, Frank is seated at his kitchen table eating his lunch and is happy to see her. Frank's family lives far away, and with his vision loss, he finds it hard to get out and visit old friends. His late wife was always a social one anyway, and while Frank does enjoy his solitude, he often feels very lonely and isolated. Sheila spends some time with Frank, talking about current events and remembering happier times with his wife and children, listening to his stories, and laughing along at the funny moments. Frank has a difficult time telling his pills apart due to his vision loss, so Sheila helps him place his pills in his weekly pill organizer according to the directions on the label. Frank has a telehealth appointment with his doctor today, so Sheila helps to set up his phone appointment and does some light housework while Frank attends his appointment. Frank's doctor requests a full set of vitals during the appointment, and Sheila is able to take his temperature, pulse, and blood pressure during the appointment. After cooking an early supper for Frank and placing portioned meals in the refrigerator for the rest of the week, Sheila's day is done and she heads home happy after a great day. Sam is a home health aide who works for a single client, Brent. Brent is a quadriplegic. He suffered a spinal cord injury causing him to be paralyzed from the neck down. Brent lives at home with his parents, but wants to be independent and with Sam's help can enjoy his own interests and activities. Sam arrives at 8 a.m. and starts his day by waking up Brent, performing his AM care, and lifting him from his bed to his wheelchair. Since Brent is unable to use his arm, Sam feeds him his breakfast and ensures that he takes his medications. Both Sam and Brent love watching sports, so they watch sports highlights during breakfast and discuss the baseball game from the day before. After breakfast, Sam helps Brent to shave and brush his teeth. He sets Brent up in front of the TV while he cleans up the morning's breakfast, does the dishes, makes the bed, and does some light housework. During AM care, Sam noticed a reddened area on Brent's heels. He makes a quick call to his supervisor, who instructs him to apply a cream, socks, and heel posies. Sam performs his care on Brent's feet and documents these new symptoms in the daily logbook that is kept in Brent's house, as well as his home health plan that is now online. Sam then feeds Brent a light lunch, and they go outside for a nice walk. Sam finishes his day by feeding Brent a nutritious supper, then performing bedtime care. He lifts Brent back into bed and sets up the TV so he can watch the football game. They discuss their predictions for the night's game before Sam leaves for the day. Before leaving for the day, Sam reports into Brent's mother, who will be responsible for his care overnight. Hopefully, through these 2 scenarios, you can get an idea of what to expect from a career as a home health aide. You can see this job can be both demanding and rewarding. Both Sheila and Sam work in different ways and with different clients, but their jobs are essentially the same: provide care, assistance, and most importantly, companionship to their clients. Home health aides have an enormous responsibility to take care of the most vulnerable. That is why it's vital that home health aides have the emotional, physical, and academic skills to be successful. A job as a home health aide is also immensely rewarding. For some of your clients, you may be the only person they have to socialize with. They depend on you to maintain their independence and be able to stay in their own homes. The rest of this course will give you the skills required to be successful in this rewarding and challenging career as a home health aide.